All right, guys. So, how's everybody doing? Welcome in here, Slaughterhouse Sports, and we have a new crystal ball prediction tonight. Julian Sayin. Julian Sayin, this has been a quarterback that has been at the top of 2024 quarterbacks in terms of, the rankings. And we're going to review, some of his high school tape, some of the, the big time throws that he made. He only turned the ball over one time, completed 76% of his passes. So he's from Carlsbad, California. Now, he is rated the top quarterback, in the cycle. He's kind of 6'1", and no, he is 6'1". Has the body type of some decent college quarterbacks. All right. Like I remember Trent Edwards used to be a quarterback that's like at this size. All right, and there you see, like that's, kind of one of the better throws he's going to make. He puts his foot in the ground. He's going to have to throw for anticipation and pierce the ball, in between defenders because he doesn't have the most size. His arm strength is okay. I think that his strengths are his accuracy. I think that the strengths of his game are it needs to be accuracy, and it needs to be getting the ball out of your hands quickly. That needs to be, some of his, best characteristics. He is going to be playing at Ohio State with really good players. I mean, this seems like a Bill O'Brien signing. It seems like him and Bill O'Brien really have a good relationship because Bill O'Brien was at Alabama for a while, and then Nick Saban decided to retire. So there you see he does have ability with his legs to go out there and make some plays happen. All right, he does, and there he finishes, and he's going to be playing with, some of the best skill position players in college football. To me, I think that there's quarterbacks in the class that, have incredible amounts of talent, but, the production speaks for itself. And, I really like this is a very useful throw to a running back. I mean, very, very catchable football, repeatable motion, and really, really accurate. So, these are the types of things that, can maybe accentuate his game. There might be kids that can throw it, 60 yards and can scramble around better. But if he knows the game, understands it, and can be that accurate with the football, there's a chance that he could be really, really good. Now, Ohio State, they have Devin Brown, Lincoln Kineholtz, and other players. Good job here, sensing the rush, moving up in the pocket. He has to find windows to make these types of throws. All right. So to me, like Alabama gets Austin Mack, and, right there, I like this throw because, I want to see him continue to improve his arm strength and push the ball down the field because we know he can throw with touch. It's just continuing to strengthen up his lower half. Joe Burrow did this as well. Joe Burrow really increased, and when his arm strength, got a little bit better, that was something that was special. Like, this is what I like to see from Sayin, all right? I like his posture here making this throw. I like the confidence here. I like the swag right there. Bam, ball's out. That's a long throw with anticipation. Like those two clips that he just showed were his best stuff. All right, because I want to hit the explosive plays. All right, will he be able to do that consistently? I don't know. Is he going to be able to separate himself from Brown, Kineholtz, and Air Noland? I mean, Air Noland seems to be a guy that throws with a ton of anticipation, but he pretty much adds, a valuable depth piece here. And DeBoer's looking for a quarterback this is a nice block here. I like how he gets involved and helps his teammates. DeBoer's looking for a quarterback that's going to hit the explosive plays. I mean, this quarterback can play like a upgraded Will Rogers. And actually, Will Rogers is going to Bama as well, which is, kind of ironic. This is a stick, though. This is a great throw. Bam. Sees it, finds it, plays on time. Like, is he going to play out of structure? I'm not really sure, but, I like Julian Sayin. Some people love Sayin. But he's going to have a chance to prove the doubters wrong here. And, he's going to the University of Alabama. He's going to the University of Ohio State. And look at Quinn Ewers. Look at Quinn Ewers progressed as well. Like, to me, if he was 6'3", he'd really remind me of Ewers a lot. I think people say that Quinn Ewers' arm is as big as any, as good as any arm in the country. I'm not really sure about that. But that's smooth. Look, this is a smooth throwing motion. And that's the thing about him, is that he's going to need to be accurate and need to utilize that part of his game. Nice throw there to the back pylon of the end zone. We like to see that. Pressure in his face, gets up, evades, hits, receiver. Pressure, evades, steps up, makes a play. I like that play off platform too. So overall, has some arm talent, arm talent, can be accurate, not the tallest guy in the world, but 6'1", can move around a bit, and going to add so much depth. But eventually Ohio State's going to have to hit on some, and that's the thing, is like, so Alabama gets Austin Mack. Like, I watched some Austin Mack in high school, and still he's kind of a big target back there in the pocket. He actually is very much a pocket passer, Austin Mack. But if Austin sees it, Austin does have, he does have a ton of arm strength as well. Believe it or not, DeMarcus Davis, who is committed to Washington, might end up being the best quarterback out of Austin Mack, out of Julian Sayin, and out of all of these guys. But, there's so many quarterbacks now that are at Ohio State. Who's going to stick? Everybody's excited when you commit to them, but what quarterbacks are going to act? Like, Lincoln Kienholz looked really good, but he was playing against maybe guys in South Dakota, and then in that Missouri game, he really did not look good at all. He looked like he was years away. Devin Brown just has never stayed healthy, and Devin Brown had some inconsistencies on tape a little bit. And there were some throws I'm like, wow, with Devin Brown. But still, he didn't do that at a complete, consistent basis. I mean, in high school, stats are one thing. But then he couldn't beat out Kyle McCord. So I guess you never really know. I mean, saying so many people that have seen him in person are just incredibly impressed. And I think he could be accurate. I think he could be a quarterback that can get the ball in the playmaker's hands. He maybe doesn't have like the physical traits he definitely doesn't have the traits of a Dylan Raiola, who's 6'3", can throw it like 70 yards, just makes all the throws outside of structure. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. Like, I think he is definitely an accurate quarterback. His fundamentals are fantastic. He's very confident. Seems like a great guy by all accounts. And it's going to be interesting to see. I think that Bill O'Brien and him have a really good relationship. So there's a ton of good quarterbacks to develop. I mean, Aaron Nolan was a guy that also had that was a winner in Georgia and also put up huge stats. Doesn't have the biggest arm, but really accurate. Same here with Julian Sayin. And then you still have Kienholz. It's still going to only be his second year. And Devin Brown. Devin's going to be a junior, but, battling some injuries. So the quarterback carousel, man, it's really interesting to watch. And pretty much Ohio State right now, the front runner for Sayin.